can the fear-mongering radio. It's Sunday in the great state of Minnesota. A little blustery. A fresh cold can of Silver Ice Rockstar Pure Zero for Chipotle here. I love the nickname. I mentioned a couple people at work. Don't they know how to pronounce Cowpote? And I said, I don't know. Well, there's a fake blonde guy, and then the lead hater out there we might call Karl with a K. Discuss. I listened to his video and I trolled in there pure lies from Santa Claus. And I thought you were friends. It's called trolling. It's called trolling. So just don't know how to laugh. Someone else made a comment about Grifters Anonymous or something about grown-ass men not working. Well, I work. Made some gear today. I look at the calendar and I think it's the 23rd day. Brian Bellows of the Minnesota North. So my Blackhawks are beating the Fakers right now in Grand Edition in the city of organized crime, like 6-4 or something, like a mic game or something. I'm like, holy balls, the size of basketballs. Third month, 23rd day. It's 25th Christmas, 25th year. The holiday season is getting closer and closer. April will be around here first, and it's Liberation Day, I guess, for the hunch. Donald J. Trump, the 47th selected, I guess, just doesn't get it. Who pays those tariffs? Me and you, the working class. God bless the working class. This is your favorite audio addiction on that video platform here on Spreaker. They had Crosstown closed down. They got it done at 11 o'clock. Some people are just are too arrogant on the radio. I was in St. Paul. I did go to Minneapolis, and I had to come down 55. And somebody, we had to back up United. They forgot about pilots. And when you have customers on, when you get to the airport, don't be going backtracking down 35W to get on phone with all the other idiots that say, just take Hiawatha. Some people are just so stupid and so ignorant. Stupid people shouldn't breed. The guy's got one tooth in this job. It's easy. It's a real easy job. But these are grown-ass men and women that act like children on the radio. Children! It is what it is. When you work with people, when it's a tip society, they piss and they moan, they piss. That was called Lake Jupiter. EBB. This one's like 14 minutes long. We're in the mood, dark, ambient. So let's get evil. We're going to talk about the Flake Blaine guy out there. Ace Frehley, a.k.a. Howard Stern, spending the money of Tater. Spending his money. He escaped again. Talked to Karl. And I said, well, they should have a countdown clock on a show when it's going to come out when Tater does a video. Because he went on vacation. Good luck with all that. But he's all upset and frightened. He's spending money that he's earned, I guess, and gave it to him. But yes, I look out and on a spring, I did 4 point and shoot. I did 4 videos in the car, drive with music to it. And then I did 4 today over on Lone Lake over there, point and shoot with a cigar. So the other first 4 in the car will be up starting on tomorrow, I believe it is. Just driving the car, there'll be music to it, just driving through parts of Richfield and Edina with the lovely and talented camera Action 4. But it's a great day to be alive. I can see, I can hear, I can walk, I can feel pain. That Tim says, I guess, healthy, wealthy. And my dad said, when you're healthy, you're a millionaire. You're healthy, you're the wealthiest man around. Howard Hughes was a crazy bastard, very smart, but psychotically insane. I'll rise tomorrow morning, kick off another Monday. Take the girls out to the trail. Got to cruise down to St. Peter, first Minneapolis. And head westbound on Tuesday out towards Little Falls. Got a lot of road miles ahead of me this week. We're busy season in the outskirts of the great state of Minnesota. I see one of the Grand Rapids guy got pinched. Thought he was getting to a 17-year-old girl. Poor choice. Wife, he quit, and if I was a wife, divorce him. But yes, life is good. You're a point and shoot, Chipotle, cow shit. Like I said in the last audio, BlindViews did threaten with the trigger. Should be ashamed and embarrassed. When you get the best of this voice, get the best of the Pennsylvania idiot. It's just a beautiful day. You get up in the morning. Yes, yes, yes. But as I come to you on this day, and you listen to this today, tomorrow, next week, next year, I don't know. Remember, your freedoms are brought to you by the men and women of the armed forces of all the countries that report into me. The men and women in blue. And the working class makes this country turn and burn just like everywhere else, while you sit home and live off the government. Without the people in the restaurants and the warehouses, the truck drivers, the waitresses, the housewives, many people that work hard, we wouldn't have a country. But the men and women in the armed forces, that the World War I was supposed to end all wars, and I've said it, the troll has repeated, stormed those beaches. And they went to Berlin. At the time, Ruskies were a potsy in crime. Hitler cowardly took his life, which is too bad. He didn't fight like a real man. But they snapped the necks to Krauts, and they freed those Jews. So we sent back a whole ship of Jews to be slaughtered in cold blood. Hitler didn't give out death certificates, as I've been told in the show, and by a Jewish man who I wrote a thing in 7th grade, and I got a D- from my social studies teacher because it didn't happen. It's called gaslighting. I wish it was just a movie. It is not. Forgotten war in Korea, and then Vietnam. 58,000 plus, many more were sacrificed. A lot of collateral damage. What's going on in Israel, Afghanistan, wherever else, Ukraine, they invaded. The hunch, Donald J., draft dodger like Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. Yahoo! Tell you, please serve this country before you send someone's child to fight your war. That's all I'm asking. But anyways, for all of you, I appreciate here on Speculation Sports, we speculate. Damn it, you win. They're as follows. Up in the sky, out at sea, in the jungles, in the streets, Air Force, Army, and the Marines, and the Navy, and the Merchant, and the National Guard, Coast Guard, they're in and out of uniform, and thank you so much for the service. I will repeat it every time I have a chance. Without you, I'm just speaking German or Japanese, like it or not. It's a fact, Jack. We appreciate it comes to the audios. Share it, like it, hate it, love it, make a remark. I like dislikes too. They're epic. It means I'm doing something correct. When you get a dislike, wish they'd show them. I love it. People will dislike a really cool adventure video for somebody. I'm like, really? How the hell can you dislike it? But it's usually the competitors. Anyways, we've always talked about choices, and would you shower in the shower of Penn State? I would not shower in the shower of Penn State. Sandusky will come out in a pine box. You start executing these people that hurt children. I've said before, until we start treating our children with respect in the future, and people less fortunate, our elderly people, we'll be a better nation and world. But a friend of mine who passed in 2020, right before 2020, said, "Cowboy, I love your enthusiasm. I miss him and love him." They've been doing this to the Hebrew slaves, Cowboy. Public hangings in all 50 state capitals. Snap their necks, incinerate their bodies. They want their bodies. It's $10,000. Goes to Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. public hangings are quicker than drugs. I don't care what he says. I mean, like I'm telling you, but no reason to pay $60,000 a year to house an animal who raped someone or murdered someone. We will have videotape it and you live on YouTube. You can watch it. No last meal. Escape from New York. Watch the movie. He said, "Snake Plissken," whatever it said in the background. You could be terminated before he'd be thrown into Escape from New York. That's fine. Or throw them on an island somewhere and they can fight amongst themselves until they're dust to dust. But you are your choices, my dad told me. No mistaken in choice. You'll run with good people and you'll have a good life. You will. It's sweet. It's nice. It really is. Don't run with poor people, drug addicts. That's what's going to happen. But you're going to run with Jeff Dubay, I bet you many, many times. Made poor choices with drugs. Lost a good job. Easy J-O-B. How's a condom? Put one on, women. You carry the groceries for the men when they up and leave. Too many young children. I see young girls having babies. Sad. Spring babies being born in Florida, domestic and abroad right now, being conceived, There'll be lots of babies in December that need to be adopted. There are children of color you can adopt who are out of diapers or 4 or 5 years old. You know you want young, but if there's plenty of children of color, you don't need to go over to China. Plenty of children. But put one on. AIDS, herpes, gonorrhea, needle in the penis, smashing gash. Please use a dental dam. Trench, cherry patch. Put a condom on. Thank you. To prevent all those diseases, needle in the penis. Thank you. And when you're out having the time of your life, drinking, fine, I guess. Smoking geef, marijuana. Skeef, not whatever you want to call it. It's just a drug. Get it. Don't get behind the wheel. You're going to murder somebody and be a convicted felon. Oh, Canada. Just walk up there to the judge and say, listen, I made a poor choice. I didn't listen to this goofy boy on fear-mongering radio. I plead guilty and we done it. Save yourself a lot of grr. Can't go to Canada. You see Line Screw 1, who has been always stalking Carol and RV. Those are publics with myself, all the board members of SPAC, Deborah Daly, miss her and her trolling, Guy Shea, the one and only one angry Jew, the Skype assholes, you hate us, we hate you. I had him on my show one day. I couldn't download that one. I want to put it up on here, but I couldn't get it before they got rid of it. They changed the way I did it. Great show. I got invaded by the Skype assholes, Lola and all those people. They were trolling big time on Blowtorch. Miss Blowtorch Network. I do. Just a mighty big shoe. Talk shoe is free. Here I'm just streaming, talking to myself, to you on the download. Thank anybody that makes comments down below, pisses and moans or whines. Appreciate all my fans and haters. Haters make me stronger. Let's go look. I think it hasn't really changed much. I'm getting some stuff over on Bitch Boy Radio and the Cowpote podcast. Let's go look. Stats, just a little over $100. Getting a few on Spreaker, and I appreciate that pays me. Sarasota haters, BlindViews, Triggered in Life, and the Vibe, Lawyer, Dave, 25 Poor Choices. That's got 15. So it's got a lot of behaviors going on. Sources that come in, Spotify, Pay Me, and so Spreaker, Apple Podcast, iHeart, Podtrack, iVox, Apple Core, CastBox, Podcast Addict, and Chrome. When all said and done, it goes up on 30 different platforms, and I thank you very, very much. Geolocation, United States, Australia. I think the Daily Woo is going to Australia. I think Spain, United Kingdom, Canada, Ghana, Russia, India, Japan, Gambia, South Korea, Nigeria, Norway, Ukraine, and Israel. Let my people go! Sakhaa. No idea when the hell that's at, but just leave Ukraine. That's all I'm asking. Just leave Ukraine. So look at Ukraine. Down the very bottom down there. Just says other. Hope you're safe. The usual states: Minnesota, Florida, Arizona, Nebraska, Wisconsin, North Dakota, Kentucky, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia. Hasn't really changed in the IPs. You're all the same behaviors. Minneapolis and Champlain, Florida. Let's look. Odyssey and Orlando and Fort Lando Lakes. I told the Daily Woo to call into the show someday if he had some balls the size of basketballs. But he refused. But do you blame him? I mean, I troll Karl, the resident hater, Santa Claus. But how in the hell are you guys? Me, I'm always delicious, yummy, outrageous, contagious, and happy to be alive, to talk to you on the mixer, Alicia Mixer with the boom mic here on Spreaker. Like I said, we're not showering the shower at Penn State. I told them the other day about that. What do you mean we're not? It's a crime scene. Burned Catholic church to the ground. It was pretty extreme. I don't care. Would you probably go live in Gene Hackman's house where 2 people died? Probably not. Got to fumigate it. I guess if you want to live there and be creepy, go ahead. It's where a man dropped dead. Have at it, right? So anyway, so let's talk about Howard Stern. Eighth year, what this one's called. AETHER. But just type in dark and then you go to ambient. You get all these songs that come under dark. But just a little shout out there to my boy over there in Arizona. He's going to call the show. Did a good video of the hell is his name? Grifter Anonymous, old man, whatever. Epic video this morning. Charlie, there's no way. I highly doubt the King of Hate would say that he's watched him. Trust me, his lieutenant has turned his back on him. It's just kind of like with Hitler's general would have been able to move people up the tanks, but it was in Berlin sleeping. Rommel, his main general, turned on him, but he died on his feet. Do speak your piece. It's hard sometimes to do that, but it is what it is. It can suck, but that's who you are, and people can't handle that. They'll kiss the ring of the man who begs for money on YouTube. We'll make his nut next week, I guess, so now he doesn't have to have any ads. He's supposed to be a Republican. He loves the hunch. Who's taking jobs away? Social Security might, who knows? With a man who's not even an American citizen. People are getting rid of the Teslas. I don't agree with the starting things on fire, but that's just going to continue on because it's the monkey see, monkey do behaviors, selling them, whatever it may be. Good old Elon Musk. So a few people who are pissed that we're Republicans, and what do you expect him to do? That's what he's going to do. He's doing exactly what he said he's going to do. He doesn't care. He's causing chaos in the world order. But anyways, so I saw the video of Tater, right? Nomadic Fanatic. I've talked about it in the live stream on this channel. Short sell. He probably got back. I talked to Karl this morning a little bit. I had a 5-minute window before I had to get to a hotel downtown St. Paul. And no, it was over in Golden Valley over there off of over by the Costco over there, tucked in the back over there. They had some high-value targets. Had to go down to the airport. He probably got the money, it's like you put money into a car, you get your money out, you put into it, not what it's worth, because you just got to get rid of it, right? And he did the video, and he was whining about people saying down below. It's like, well, people, if you Jordan the Lion was, I think I mentioned him, he was the one who was bitching about what he does on his adventure channel. I do my adventure channel right now. What's coming out is, if you go over to the Cowpote Adventure, it's kicking out is my stuff we did down in Ocean City last year as a vacation. I now only things out until September. I've kind of let things settle down a little bit on the adventure channel, because I got this weekend is the motorcycle thing, and then I know the auto show is in April, so I've kind of let things. And I know I got St. Martin coming up too as well. So I told Karl, I said, well, he's probably had the caregiver driving to some remote location and sure his stuff. I said, like, for an example, ladies and gentlemen, I did those 4 vehicles just driving home. I kind of screwed around, drive through whatever to music to him. Came home. She wanted to do something. I said, give me 5 minutes. I put them all up, right, without putting the title. Just put them up. The dates, boom, boom, boom. I came back an hour later. They were already uploaded. They were just doing whatever. I put the picture on it already. I didn't know these. I did without. I can do a picture. I'll just see how they work out. No picture. And just wrote on there, boom, 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 what I'm doing, and that was it. Done. Then before I did today over at Lone Park, point and shoot, smoking a cigar. 4 of them. Came home. She wanted to go to Menards. I put boom, 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 put them up real quick, walked away. I came back. It was like we got the stuff for the girls, went for a walk, and they finally were all up before I did my show here. And while I was waiting for the final one to get done, I highlighted them and said, point and shoot, walking in the woods, smoking a cigar, 1, 2, 3, 4, the picture of myself holding the cigars, and the picture of us in the woods. That took, like I said, a total of 15 minutes maybe to put those 4 videos up. Done. Point and shoot. I know that pisses off the king. So I've spoken before. My mother and father made good money. The family made some with my grandfather's money, and they made some choices, and the railroad money, and my mother put money in an account for me. What do you want to call those things? Trust fund. And it's available to me whenever I want, because I made that choice to invest that money, and I paid myself first. I've married well, we live well. And my nephew, I have to be 4, a Marine. My brother always told, well, Uncle Jeff's this or that, so he always expected me to buy him things. I'd always buy my mom's lunch, even though the woman had more money to do with it. I would buy her lunch, and I'd buy my sister lunch when I'm with her, because that's what I do for her. And he'd expect me to buy him things, and I would always look at him and go, don't count my money, because my father told me never be ashamed to be wealthy, Cowboy. Never be afraid, because you're going to have money as you get older, because what you're doing with your money, with your mother and our money is smart. He goes, you'll be independently wealthy. You'll be the pleasant. My friend, a couple of friends call me the pleasant millionaire, which is fine, I guess. I've made good choices with money. So I don't have to worry about when I'm in my 70s having to work. I want to work, not because I have to work. I need to keep busy or I'll kill myself. And people like to count people's monies. There was one time there was a pumpkin ball player. He said in an interview he got drafted by Milwaukee. He was in a casino playing $10 hands, and someone reckoned who he was. Why aren't you at the $100 table? He goes, just because I can doesn't mean I should. Meaning, just because I have the money, I wouldn't be in there. Counting other people's money. Like if someone remodels their house, I always say, good job, man. Put money in the house. I said, that's good. It's good for our neighborhood, because then it's good. I think it's great when I see them get a new refrigerator or something. Great, we get a new refrigerator. I don't go, oh God, you're spending money. So what? We have to pick up their next neighborhood. They go up do stuff. We have to get their box. The woman orders more stuff on Amazon, but I bring over like 8 boxes to her. I'm like, hey, I don't care if she's spending money. It's good for her. I'm not questioning what's in the box. I don't care what the hell she's buying. I think it's great that you can make money on YouTube. I mean, it would be sweet to do 3 videos a week and kind of be like the hustle, make money without asking for it. You know, people are always asking Patreon, Carpetbagger. You know, I don't think Daily Woo does anymore. He used to. The Huss does. What's her name was? What's in the live stream? I popped in there to say hello. She was in her truck and whatever she was doing. Wandering Gypsy. People were giving her money. I'm like, okay, you know. And then some other chick, some comedian popped up that they demonetized her channel because she likes to push the leather, and then she was all bummed out about someone sent her a donation for the channel. It's like, really? You know, if you think that YouTube's your job, to me it's an outlet. This is an outlet for me. Keep myself busy. I guess I could watch TV all day long, I guess. It's called Spooked. I've used this on a video before. It's good. I'll use it another one. Find a video to put up. Walking around. But so write this down. But so I guess his hero, who he's obsessed with, and other people that the man's obsessed with. People, you do your car stuff, no one cares. No one cares about your car stuff. Howard Stern wannabe, okay? Ace Frehley, okay? Like Ace Frehley all of a sudden decided to tell Gene Simmons how to play bass player. Keith Richards has said many times when they were going to think of replacing him with George Thorogood in a book, he plays bass better than he plays lead guitar. He actually likes playing bass. Keith Richards does. But it'd be like, again, Paul Stanley telling him whatever it may be, right? So I guess Tater did the video, and I told Karl, I said, guess what? He's going to go out and do his stuff. He's probably doing it right now. You know, again, I did 8 videos in 2 days for this channel by simply driving around, music to it, the other one walking around in the woods, smoking a cigar, spitting like I know I like to do, whatever, having some fun. Very simple videos to watch and enjoy and take in. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. So Tater likes to buy things. Great. I get. I mean, how many vehicles do you need? I mean, we've got 3 here. I got my convertible, the PT Cruiser that comes out here in about a month or so. 2 CRVs. I've got a car down at Surprise, and I have 2 vehicles, a snowplow, and it's like an older Dodge, and then a vehicle up there at the cabin, right? Those are there because whatever, but I don't, I get he wants to buy all this stuff. That's great. That's his business. That's what he wants to do, but Mr. BlindViews thought he had to ask his listeners, his flock, the white hats, what they think about, I haven't had a chance to look at all the things down below, but all the message down below about Tater, how he's, because I'm blocked again. I think on both my channels are blocked because I always go and troll the guy and say stuff. Don't swear, I make fun of the guy, but he can't handle that. So I was unblocked but reblocked, and he thinks they come in with different troll accounts. Sorry, honey, I don't have that type of time. Don't do it. Other people probably come in and say stuff and they think it's me because people will come in and jump on it. He's counting the money. Nomadic Fanatic. I mean, he doesn't seem like a very nice man. Anyone who's going to commit a felony, you don't have my vote as a nice human being. Sorry. I've been in plenty of courtrooms with my mother to watch her go after people, and my wife, the same thing, and my auntie. It's pretty funny when they got him in that corner. As Danny Barrero says from K-Fan, I've got you in the box. I've seen many people, big tough guys, start crying when it's time to allocate to their crime. I've been in many courtrooms. I love to sit down with my mom watching her. It was fun. Go down the Hennepin County building. It's fun to go down there. I've done it in a long time. Because when I got a speeding ticket one time and I went to question it, it was on my camera. I said, "He got this. This is not me. I'm going this much," and it was dismissed. The guy apologized. I said, "Oh, it's fine. Your gun probably thought it was me, but it was the guy in the left lane." But I sat in the courtroom and just kind of watched for like an hour. People walking up. One chick was just a total hooker with pants. I mean, really, you're dressed like a hooker. One guy has pants on his ass. It was just kind of funny to walk up there like pissing them on. How do you plead? It's fun to go to a courtroom when you watch people walk up there and say stupid stuff. But he's watching. He's spending Nomadic Fanatic's money. Yeah, the guy likes to spend like a drunken sailor, whatever money he's getting from people from YouTube, which is dumb. And he's no different as an e-beggar. Why he needs money? I don't know. If he doesn't. I guess he was a firefighter allegedly. I guess. I mean, you're 60 something years old. I'll be 62 coming up here. Why you haven't taken care of yourself? Just sit on YouTube and beg for money. I'm monetized. So what? I'm monetized at work, man. People put finger money in my fingers at my job. Come home with a nice bundle of money. I spend my singles all day long, 5s and 10s. That's what I spend. I spend about $100 a week in my tip money easily by just buying stuff. I asked for an application. I asked for the bathroom is. No one is ever going to give me a damn thing on here. None of that behavior. Glimpse the infinity. But he's all upset that I guess he's going on vacation somewhere. And Karl said maybe going to go on a cruise or some Disney cruise. I would go on a Disney cruise. I mean, you can be like the resident stalker, Daniel, still stalking Sarasota Tim down in Florida. I was right down Green Screen down there for screw around with his young ass. I think it's kind of hilarious, but it's got to be careful. But again, he's stalking one of the YouTubers. Is that blonde on here that over 60 girl, like a nice lady. Somebody went to her Walgreens because she shares too much information. I've talked about the house many times. Love her dearly. And I want to see her successful. There was a really good channel that a couple that lived in Vegas. They did like a thing about Prim, Nevada. It's right outside of Vegas about how it's gone downhill. The town. It was very good. They do like 11-minute videos about Vegas, which is perfect. And there was her and her husband do a really, really good job. So they do a nice job. That was a pretty video. I saw that and watched that. It was pretty good. I just told them below you should go to the Pinball Hall of Fame and do a video on that. I told that to the Huss. That's a really cool place. Someone was there for, I think it was what's his name was there. Daily Woo was there. I did 3 videos of walk through the whole place with my camera and point and shoot it. It was pretty cool. I love that's if you go there, it's a great time. It's Pinball Hall of Fame. That's $10. We go again. I'm just ever drop me off, or I'll just go there again. Just play. It's so much fun. Go there, $20. Put the quarters in. You can put them in a little plastic thing and just play all these pinball machines, everything. I mean, it's my dream place. It's so cool. All these old pinball machines, all these old video games. It's old school playing on a machine. But that was a good video. I was like when they recommend something good. People pissing them off about making money on YouTube. Well, just like the BlindViews. BlindViews, rode hard, put away wet. Spending other people's money, whining because he's buying stuff. It's what he does, man. I guess if he's knocking my future, whatever. And when the girlfriend he's dating now, Blossom, who I don't know who in their right man, what her name is, in her right mind would actually pay to see that woman. I've never understood that. I've never understood the behaviors. I guess I can go on RedTube and watch women for free. Not to watch a chubby woman all tatted up, half naked. I don't get it. But yeah, he's spending the money of Tater. And is all concerned of what he's doing, It's like, okay. Dude, but Johnny. It kind of makes me laugh. Then it makes you cry. Then you start to scream a little bit, and then all of a sudden you just give up on the whole thing and you just shake your head in disbelief. But he's going to tell everybody near Dan. The the green screen. He's at the Hollywood Hard Rock, so he's there hanging out in the outskirts. So I wrote on there that it's a green screen. I keep on scream. I keep that. He pumpkin bowls and full regalia, and that's going on. But I just think it's overly hilarious with his behavior. Another thing I've been doing is watching. What? Gene Simmons cancels failing solo tour? Really? That'd be pretty hilarious. I don't know why he was going. I talked about it in the video I did today. Will come out later. It's like I don't know why he's touring. The guy could make a recording studio, and get bands coming through to make albums free of charge. What the hell? That's what I would do if I was him. That's what I would do. But who am I? That's pretty hilarious if he is canceling the tour. I like Gene. I've always loved the look. But anyways, it's kind of hilarious how Howard Stern rode hard, put away wet. He's spending the money. Spend his money. It's what he's doing. Hang on a second. The voices in my head. That's right. They did that one song, "Spending Money," and BlindViews spending. They just gave me the spending money. So that's how that song. That's a pretty good song. It's a pretty good song. So I thought it was kind of hilarious. It is what it is, man. But he'll continue on and go do his behaviors, and because you look at the channel. Oh no, he does Sarasota. Tim flips the script. Bob Wells has a new channel, so it's like a 14-minute video. So that's good. Sarasota. I thought you didn't listen to him. I thought you didn't listen to him. A 2-day carnival diet. 4 months ago, he was on a 30-year now. His doctor just see him. So he's talking about Sarasota Tim again, and also Bob Wells, that guy. So new video for the hater. Good for him. Good for him. The haters got one out. Remember, I'm not going to talk about Sarasota Tim. Remember that? Remember, ladies and gentlemen? We're not going to talk about it. But today, who's in the thumbnail? Of course, Sarasota Tim. But remember, it's not a lie, just as long as you believe it to be the truth. Oh, my goodness. Let's call Karl. It's too bad I couldn't call you, Mr. Magoo out there. New York Dan. Let's call Karl. Let's call him. Beautiful, thank you. No problem. Desert Drifter Blues. That is a good song. You bet. Yep. Yeah, it's too bad he passed away. That was too bad. That's too bad. Away. Let's call Karl. Let's call the resident hater, shall we? Come for it, Karl. Thanks for calling the show. Karl's calling in the show right now. He's calling in to the show.
Oh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Karl called in. Good. Oh, thanks for calling into the show. How you doing?
Were your ears burning?
Why?
I was just talking about you on a short I did.
What'd you say?
I told you to be kicking my ass because I'm not using a closed mic.
You didn't close you're not closing your mic? What's going on?
I don't have to watch a short because it started repeating to me and I didn't hear any wind noise. I got earbuds in, but I don't know if that's good news.
I see. So you called me out, huh?
I'm in a cemetery. I'm filming my favorite cemetery on a short.
You want me to let
I thought I was going to have it. No, I'm all done.
Okay.
I just got done. That's why it was so funny.
Okay. I'll look at it. I'll see. That's nice. Okay, cool. I always like it to get shouted out. I like that. It's cool. I did make a comment down below on, the all wives from Santa Claus, So someone typed in there and said, I thought you were friends. I go, it's called trolling. It's called trolling.
It's called giving me shit.
Yeah.
We all give each other shit.
Yeah, so I said all lives in the Santa Claus of YouTube, right? So someone right away, I thought you were friends. I go, it's called trolling. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's called.
I just did BlindViews dinner too. There was a nice bull that was right near the fence.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to stay behind my car. This bull doesn't seem to like me.
I see your uncle put another video. He put a video, I'd say, with Tim on the thumbnail.
Yeah, and he said he wasn't a one-trick pony. He talked about Tim.
Yeah.
Does he have any videos where he doesn't talk about Tim?
Yeah. No, because Tater's on vacation. It's because I'm talking about right now. He's spending other people's. He's spending Tater's money. You know what I'm saying?
I would have to look at it again, but I think even when he put those struts on his car, he probably talked about Tim.
Right. Yeah. He's a one-trick pony. I mean, Tim it's still. I mean, was it 2 weeks ago? I'm not going to talk about him anymore. He's boring. But what is he? He's in a thumbnail again. Then I guess Bob Wells has. Bob Wells has a new channel. I guess. So whatever, because Bob Wells makes a lot. I mean, what's his name talked about that. And someone else about Bob Wells that he makes a lot of money at claiming that that he's living life on a short leash. You know what I'm saying? Bob Wells says he's made a lot of money on exploiting people in the RV business.
Isn't he almost 80?
Yeah, he's
pretty old. So.
And he's dated a few. I know, but he acts like he's living in a car. That guy, and what's his name talked about it. Line Screw One. It's like he's making money hand over fist. You know what I'm saying?
Line Screw?
No, Bob Wells. Bob Wells.
Oh yeah.
He's making money hand over fist because he's always exploiting.
Yeah, he was in YouTube during the heyday.
Yeah, but he's still making money.
When it paid. He's still making money.
Well,
he was making good money when YouTube was paying.
Well, it's the same thing with what's his name, Kid Behind the Camera and Boogie. We're all making good money, but you look at not anymore. That's why you see people begging for money now, like BlindViews. He made his nut last week, and guess what? No ads next week during my live stream, but people will still give him money. Then I dare you to take out your PayPal below there. Then but I talked on the phone. I've thought about this before. That people, because if you have money, people want to spend it and tell you where to spend it. And it's like, I get if Tater wants to spend his money on dumb stuff, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. He's that stupid not to put stuff aside. And how much stuff do you need? I think a lot of time with Tater, he likes to brag that he can buy stuff, and like we said before, that's great. Like being a membership at 4 different country clubs. Why? Because I can.
I think he's got a short attention span.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
And and he buys something to make him happy, and stuff doesn't make you happy. Right.
I mean, George Zergo, the Delta Destroyers, he said something in an interview. George did. He said something, and I totally agree, that he collects memories. I mean, I collect championship hats, and I get it, but I did take that from George a long time ago. And then the bass guitarist one time talked about, he plays for Night Ranger, and he said, this is what I do. I play music, I write music, I'm a rock star, and this is what I like to do. And I always say this is what I do. I like to talk, I like to podcast, I like to make videos. Prime example, I did 4 videos in my car yesterday, driving home, and to music. They'll be up on this channel. Then I went and walked through the woods, point and shoot. I titled them Walking Through the Woods with a Cigar, and they took me maybe 25 minutes to shoot. I came home, we went to Menards, I put all 4 of them up, walked away. I came back. They took a while. Sometimes in the evening it takes a little longer, but I went for a walk. I came back. I titled them up, and they literally took me sitting them in my chair maybe under 10 minutes to put them up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you walk those train tracks, and you don't give a shit if someone likes people walking on train tracks or not.
Right.
You're not doing it because that's what gets you views. Right. You're just doing it because that's what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Because that one guy talked about it. what the hell is his name? I just he was talking. He did a 12-minute video, and his channel is kind of a different stuff. Jordan the Lion was kind of got triggered by people making comments when he does videos that they don't like certain things. He's like, hey, that's what he goes. It's kind of like me. He goes, I do what makes me happy. And I totally agree with the guy. You can't keep everybody happy. I mean, unless you do, and let's say me and you have a shop, like let's say an auto shop or something, or like I said, there's the one guy out there, that mechanic guy out there, diesel guy. His whole channel is starting trucks, and that's what he does, and he's good at it. You know, and it's a great channel. That's a fun channel. But if you're going to be an adventure guy or a daily vlogger, you do what you want to do. You know, not what somebody else. And I get it. He goes, some will go, some don't, and I get it. You know, he was talking about that. You know, people, if you don't like it, don't make a comment down below. You can still like it and share it and give the channel a little love. You know what I'm saying? Because you like the audio or the video, it does help the algorithms to like it and share it. You know what I'm saying? Because I try to share your stuff as much as I can. I don't know if it tells you or not if I share it. Usually, will tell you the person.
I don't know. I got a message that someone wanted to send me a message through Messenger or something, but I haven't gotten to it.
Okay.
I'm driving.
But
yeah, like I did this cemetery video because I like it. And you do cemetery videos. I was just talking to you about it.
Yep.
And I've driven to the cemetery a ton of times and never videoed it. I'm like, shit, I'm going to do that today.
I love going to cemeteries. I love walking through them and just talking, reading the names, and just kind of, giving a shout out to people that I love the cemeteries that have big things in there. You can read them. I love old cemeteries. It's you're giving the dead some kind of a shout out, I guess. I think it's kind of fun to walk through on a really nice day, smoking a cigarette through an old cemetery. They're fun. But you got to be multitasking on YouTube. I mean, some things go somewhere, and right now my vacation videos are coming up. Well,
it helps you enjoy the day. You're alive, and they aren't.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. Every morning I get out of bed, man. And I totally agree what you guys have said about Sarasota Tim. Hey, you're healthy, you're wealthy. I mean, he's absolutely right. You're healthy, you're a millionaire. Look at Howard's. I mean, what's his name? What was his name? That one guy, whatever his name was, he was crazy when he died. Hugh Hefner. No,
Howard Hughes.
Howard Hughes. Yeah, that guy was crazy when he died. He died in the hotel. The guy was nuts, and he was a smart, wealthy guy you would possibly imagine, but he was crazy.
Yeah, that was funny. They're like they were going to kick him out of the hotel, and so he just bought the hotel.
Yep, and then when he was urinating in bottles and stuff, and his fingernails were long, so he was in this room urinating in bottles. So it was just...
Yeah, people are weird. I went to Colorado. When I was a kid, we'd go to Colorado to go skiing, and everything was expensive.
Of course.
But at the condo, he wouldn't put the thermostat above like 58 degrees.
Are you serious?
Because he didn't want to spend money on natural gas.
Well,
the power bill.
I think I've told the story on here, and you might know it. Rockefeller, I think one of them had a payphone in his house. So if you want to make
that was Getty.
Okay, thank you. No, thank you for correcting me. And then you know the history.
Yeah, because that son that got his ear cut off.
Yep.
Yeah, he had a payphone in the house. That was hilarious.
Yeah, so I'm glad you corrected me. It was Getty had a payphone in his house. And it's like...
Remember, because every time I see a photo and it has Getty Images, I always think about that.
Yep. Yeah, he was pretty eccentric. And same thing with the other guy. He was he was a steel guy. He was pretty much of a dink, but he did give his money away. He treated employees like crap, but he was also eccentric as hell. But he did give money away. But he was what the hell was his name? He's the steel guy, and Carnegie guy. He did give a lot of money away, and he was the kind of guy, if you die, I tell you money, you're a fool. And if you go watch the thing on Hershey's, Mr. Hershey's, the employees turned on him, but he built a school in Hershey. He bought the town and renamed it. But some of these people, like a lot of Rockefellers, were real big on giving money back and building businesses. But that Getty guy, a payphone in the house, you come.
That was funny.
I'm like, or I'm gonna make a phone call on your cell phone, and I got to give you $5. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell?
Well, poor Gene, man, his wife died, didn't have his caretaker anymore, and he was out of it mentally. So he just had to wander around until he died.
Yep. It's bizarre. But some people are like that. They get real, they're penny wise, dollar foolish. That's what they'll do. They'll nitpick on a penny, but then they'll go buy a luxury car for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you wouldn't think he'd have family that would, call and wonder why they're not answering the phone and this and that.
Oh, what's his?
Gene Hackman.
Yeah, Gene Hackman. Well, they should have had
didn't he wander around like a week or so before he finally died?
Something like that, but he was Alzheimer's. So, but again, no one really. They should have had a caretaker there. That's
nobody's coming by. There's no gardener. There's nobody. You're just walking around in your house for a week before you die.
And 95 years old. That's how you have $80 million. Again, he had $80 million in his estate, and the whole thing on that whole estate thing is that if he went first, it went to her. So she went first. So they should have, and then the person that was supposed to distribute the will is dead. So they should have rewritten the will. The person that was going to take care of their stuff died. So when he died, let's say you're my brother, right? You're going to be the distributor of my will. You die. Well, guess what? We got to find somebody else because Karl died. When my mother passed,
that's the way it works.
When my mother
passed, they could have had a backup one, because when I wrote wills, we always had a backup one.
Correct.
And they're like, well, we don't need a backup one. I'm like, you just do. It'd be malpractice for me if you don't.
Right. My mother passed away. My mother went first. And then my brother went, who was the executor. Well, guess what? Guess I was next in line. So when he died, I continued on my mother's estate because he died after she did. So I continued on with the executor because I executed my dad, but that was in her will. Who was next? And very simple. If you question the will, you get nothing. This is what you're going to get. It's a nice amount. You don't like it, you get $1. And my dad was the same thing. And my sister got $1 from my father's estate. So.
Yeah, it's a strong arm clause.
You tell me your first plunge of your father's estate is $500,000 tax free. Is that enough for you?
For me?
Yes.
I can live on less than that.
She pissed him on cheap, and then
for medical.
And then we got stuff later. We got stuff $10,000 every 10 years. Okay, and other things came through, but that was the original downstroke, and she pissed him on about it. So she got nothing.
Yeah, my wife's mom wants to start doing that. She wants to start giving us 10 or whatever it is, 10 or 20.
Yep, because it's
until she goes, and my wife doesn't want to take it. And I'm like, just put it in a bank account, and then if she runs out of money and she needs money, just give her that bank account.
Because I know if I owned a business tomorrow, let's say I had a manufacturing, you're my brother, right? I can give you $10,000 a year from that business tax free because they want you to get it off the rolls. Because my brother's, his one brother.
Sometimes they change that number, but I know what you're talking about.
But I worked for Quality Wine, and JR had a brother and a sister, and he would give them $10,000 a year. They're both very wealthy, but that's what he did to get money off the books at Quality Wine, so they wouldn't tax it. So he could give them. I know that Kelly's dad, who owned a bus company up in Anoka, she would get $10,000, and her brother would get $10,000 from the business. They would give them. That's what you can do. So your mom can do that.
It's pretty common estate planning for people that are wealthy.
Yeah, you get rid of your money like that. You can do that in a family business. I can give you $10,000 to get it off the books, and it's tax free.
Yep.
And it's legal.
Both ways.
And it's legal.
Yeah.
So people don't realize that money makes money. My dad told me that many, many times.
Well, remember when Trump was up there and they're like, you don't pay taxes, and he's like, yeah, that's because I'm a smart businessman.
Correct. But I get there are loopholes.
Because people like Hillary, I pay her, so I don't have to pay them.
Right. I mean, it's just like having an LLC. Right. I mean, that's what I have for my stuff. I write the stuff off, and that's legal. I pay my taxes through my LLC, and then I can write it off, and I don't have to. We don't get into another orbit on our business. It's the way it works. But I don't know. It's amazing when people have money and then because now the will is probably going to go to his daughters now because they didn't take care of it when the guy who was supposed to be executor died. They should have gotten the will rewritten again. They didn't. So now guess what? Guess who's going to make money on this? The lawyers are going to make money on this. They're going to adjudicate through the law. People will get the money, but the lawyers will make a lot of money on this behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why you put that clause in there so you don't enrich a bunch of lawyers.
Correct. I mean, we had a lawyer, the law firm my wife works for. They went through it. What I did in the will, no problem. Didn't charge me a thing because I knew my mother, and it was done. It was all written by my mother. This, and I followed to a T, and that's the way it went. You know what I'm saying? You know, set up.
The one thing we always advised when we did wills was to. Like if you have stuff in your house that's worth some money that you wouldn't throw away, that they just write the person's name on a sticky note and put it on the back.
That's exactly
on the back of it. So then they know who you wanted it to go to. They don't have to guess.
That's exactly what my mother did when we were down in Arizona.
And it's not enforceable. It's not. I tell them it's not forcible. It's not legal, but it makes it easy on the people you left behind.
She did that down in Arizona. So I went down with my sister, and she had a few things that my sister had already. She'd passed away already. And my sister had 888. So I said, well, let's give that to her daughter. I said she didn't change it, but I pretty much, I told my brothers to come on down, and I said I shipped a few things to them that they wanted. It was kind of whatever. And she had a bunch of family pictures, which I kept. I said these are old pictures that she wanted. I saved them. I have them in my base in my house. I said for people can look at later on in life. But what my brother did a long time ago, it's called the tree, and my brother would videotape people. It's a tree picture, and you click on it, it's a CD, so he has a picture of, let's say it's you, right, Karl? It's a picture of the day you were born, and then he interviewed you about your life, and then you have a final message. My mother had a final message. She talked about her life for 2 hours, and I'm in there too as well. So people can click on my mother and say she will tell them about her life and then her final message. So she tells her future without having me embellish on it. So my brother did that for the whole family. You would sit down for an interview and tell them about your life, and then he would edit it, and then you get the CD and you can click on people's faces. It's a tree, a big maple tree, and click on their face, and they'll tell you their life. So what's going on?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
that is cool.
It's a video of of telling you. So my mom, I have the same thing. And mine did one, talk about my life, whatever else. We have our will written out. If we both go where it's all going to go to charity, whatever it's going to be. There's going to be no questions asked. Where the place that owns surprise goes, the cabin, whatever else. Goes to my whatever. My Blackhawks jacket. My brother wants my Chicago Blackhawks jacket. Whatever. I mean, there's certain things I got written on. But my mom was like that down in Arizona. It was funny as hell walking through there, because when my dad died, when in the front yard, I remember he died, and I looked in the trunk and I said, "There's money in here." And underneath the toolbox, it was $10,000 in cash underneath the tools, the false bottom, which I knew that's what it was. Then there was like about $40,000 in the house, throughout the house, that he had sitting off the side, because he grew up in depression, so he kept a lot of money. My mom was the same way.
Yeah, my mom did the same shit.
Same stuff. It's like I looked up at a Folgers thing up there, and there was a board up there, and I told my brother, I go, Lena, get up there. I go, what? And I go, just pull. There's something up there. Pulled out a Folgers, and it was like about $5,000, $100 bills in a Folger can. And I know a buddy of mine that took apart old houses, and he would look behind the washer and dryer, and there'd be money behind there. Because my father grew up in the Depression with my mother, and your mother and father too, because they didn't trust banks, and also why coffee was black, because sugar and cream cost money.
Well, I still laugh every quarter when my wife and I get our 401 statements in. Mm-hmm. I'm like, look, we got another piece of paper with a bunch of numbers on it, and it seems to be higher than the numbers from last quarter. But when it comes time to have it, let's see if we can get it in cash.
Right. But
until then, it's just numbers on a piece of paper.
Correct. But I just hate to see when people fight over wills when they don't have one. Look at Prince here in town. Prince crawling over his body because he didn't have a will. And a couple
He
of
didn't have a will?
Nope, he didn't have a will. So there was a lot of people in the family, and then they did that place down in this place down there at Paisley Park. Nope, he didn't have one. So guess what? All the kids, all his brothers and sisters fought over. Lawyers made a lot of money on that, and they've been releasing stuff that he didn't approve of because he didn't have a will.
What happened with this house?
I'm sorry, what?
What happened with this house up there?
Well, the one house, his original house was in Chanhassen. He tore that down. But the recording studio now is a museum / you can have a tour of it.
Okay, cool.
That's a tour. You can go walk through it. So, but no, he had no will. So people are clawing over his dead body for years now. I think it finally got taken care of because a couple of his brothers and sisters have died. So they're down to like 1 or 2. But it's kind of like same thing with Michael Jackson. I mean, whatever you like the guy or not, but his will, he was worth more money when he died. I mean, his same thing. His parents sucked him dry, man. After he died, they all, the mom and the father who's passed away, It's just
there's a law firm in Indiana where the lawyers specialized in representing dead celebrities.
Oh, really?
If you're a celebrity and you're alive, they won't take you as a client. You
really?
have to be dead. Yeah, and they love it that way because it's so much easier.
Correct.
Because their clients just want money.
Right. Well, yeah. These lawyers are going to make.
They're not like, I don't want my song in a car commercial. They don't care.
Right.
If the car commercial is going to pay you a bunch of money, shit, put a song in a car commercial.
Yeah, but Gene Hackman's behavior is going to. They're going to make a lot of money on that behavior. A ton of money. The lawyers will make money because they're going to adjudicate it, and some judge will figure it out. The kids will get their money, but hopefully they do look at the will and they give some to charity and give more to charity, and some of the kids will be telling them, here's what you're going to get from me. You each get 10 million or whatever. You get 5 million, and that's all you're going to get. And the judge should be smart. And like I said, would you shower in the shower of Penn State? I mean, the house is a gorgeous house, but would you live in that house? Again, I guarantee that thing smells in there. Being dead for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? That house in New Mexico is gorgeous.
Yeah.
But that'd be interesting, and it's what goes on with that. But so we kind of got off. But that's one thing about podcasting. We're kind of we're going off what we're talking about, things that you're obviously.
Well, we don't like being a one-trick pony.
Right, and I'm glad you told me about Getty, because I knew it was somebody who was wealthy that had that payphone in there. I remember listening to a documentary. And I remember, like,
and it was like a booth. It was like a little payphone booth.
It's just,
and you had to have coins. It wasn't like you could use a credit card or anything.
It's just so hilarious.
But he'd sell you coins to use the phone.
Yep, and it just blows me away. It's great to be wealthy. What do you do with that money? What's your legacy? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. It's like at Hershey's, you put money back in the economy and you create businesses like the DuPont family did. They would put money and they would create businesses to have more, to create more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could give you $1 million today tax free, and I think it's like $30,000 or $38,000 or whatever it is a year. You can collect an interest if you put a high interest bearing account. Maybe it's more than that, and you don't really need to touch. You can just that's mailbox money. And you can, whatever. Just like the Eagles, what was his name, Glenn Fry, when he would travel, he had like a secretary with him, and he was in Vail, and every day his secretary would go to the mailbox and get his money from his records. His money would come in. Mailbox money would come in. Every day he would go to the mailbox, and a check would be in there for music being played by the Eagles. He had mailbox money. It was just a continual flow of money. And Bruce Springsteen's the same way.
Yeah, residuals.
Yeah, it was just continual. It was a continual thing with him because he wrote all kinds of songs. Because in Nashville, if me and you were there tomorrow, we're in our 40s, we can't. What's her name? What's that one chick who was married to Mutt Lange? What the hell? She was pissed at one because she just can't. She couldn't write a song unless she had to have people in a group. But she was, I just can't write a song without getting, something motivated. What was her name? She was married to Mutt Lange, but she was a country music woman, and that's how they are. So what they'll do, they get in a room and everybody wants credit on a song. So she would piss and moan about that she just couldn't do that. So she wasn't very liked in the country music because she wasn't doing what they wanted her to do. So. But
because the Sinead O'Connor, that song was written by Prince.
Prince, correct. He gave it to her.
Sang.
Yep.
Yeah.
He gave it to her. He wrote another one, Nomadic Monday. I think he wrote that for Bengals. I think he wrote that for them too as well. I think he wrote that for them too as well. So, and he gave it to him. So.
And I know the Bee Gees wrote a bunch of songs that other people sang.
If you want to listen to a good documentary, you go listen to Bee Gees. It is so good. It's so well. They wrote "Islands in the Stream," and when that was written,
they wrote a bunch of.
That was written, and Kenny Rogers was in a recording studio, and he saw the song, and he goes, "I love it, but I need a female." And Dolly Parton happened to be down the street in another recording studio, or in the same building. So he goes, "Hey, come on over here," and they bring Dolly in, and they sing that song by the Bee Gees. They wrote that song, and he goes, "I love the song," because he loved the. Well, you know, Elvis never wrote a song in his life. If you gave him a song, he took credit for it. So if you wrote a song, if you gave him one, guess what? You waived all your stuff, and he would take credit for it. Elvis did that all the time. He never wrote a song in his life. So when you gave him a song, just like Dolly Parton, "I Always Love You," he wanted that song. She said, "You can have it, but it's mine. You can sing it, but it's mine." He wanted that song. She's like, "No, it's my song." Because that was done in that one movie, "Always Love You" by Whitney Houston. She goes, "It's a great song she's singing, but I wrote it." You know what I'm saying? "I'll always love you." She sang that thing. She goes, she did a great job, but that's my song. I wrote that song. You know?
I think he did a couple covers where he sang it way better.
Right.
And so, but it was still a cover. He sang it as a cover.
Right, but Dolly Parton, she goes, "I'll never sell my songs. Those are my children." She goes, "I'll never sell my stuff." You know? Led Zeppelin, way back in the 70s, started their own distributing. They started their own music distributing. They were ahead of it. They owned their songs from day one. They owned their own stuff. Back in the 70s, they were ahead of their...
That's what those lawyers in Indiana want. You never sell your shit and die, and then they'll represent it.
Correct. So anyway, so what's going on? I mean, I did troll Nell. I did troll New York Danny. So is he? So is he? He was down at the casino. So is he still stalking?
I have no idea. I think the stuff he's put up lately is shit he already did.
Okay.
So I don't know where he is, but I keep giving Sarasota Tim shit like, "Hey, is that New York Dan back there? Can I see New York Dan?" You know, just give him a crap.
I listened to your video.
He did his fireside chat while it was still daylight. So.
Okay.
So he couldn't sneak up on it.
So I did listen to your video on the way home today from doing my stuff over there on the other side of the lake over there. But what's going on with Timmy? So you were talking about whatever what's he doing these days?
Nothing. He's vacillating. His word. He just goes back and forth. He's on the second day of the carnivore diet, which he was on 4 months ago, according to BlindViews. 7 days from being on the Mediterranean diet. I mean, the dude is all over the place. And every day he thinks he's like, "Well, this is it. This is what I'm doing." And everybody should just say, "Oh, okay."
Remember, it's not a lie as long as you be the truth. I mean, if you're going to lie, you have to learn to remember what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? It's just
well, I'm not saying he's lying. Maybe he's back. This is day 2 of his carnivore diet, but it's not going to, it's based on history, it's not going to last.
Correct.
And Life of Vibe is really calling him out on this heart stuff because there's no way someone just does a CT scan that gives a ton of false positives. And most doctors don't even like it.
Well,
it's a place to start.
Correct. Well, she's a little obsessed because she did some. I saw a post where she said she's not a hater. She's concerned about him. Like, why would you be concerned about his young ass? Because people are calling her a hater. I don't know why she's so concerned about his health. And I know she's a nurse. I get that, but
well, people just need to be honest. I'm on, BlindViews, Life of Vibe, me. We're taking on Tim's coattails to get a grip.
Correct.
And I don't deny it, but they do.
Oh yeah. Right.
I'm not doing it for some higher purpose.
Right.
I'm just doing it because I find them hilarious, and I can't. Well, even you aren't here. I mean, like the people I work with in your life, none of them know it. I got nobody to talk to about it.
Right. Yeah, it's always...
So I talk to everybody on the internet about what I find funny in Sarasota too.
Yep.
And they talk back to me. And it's fun.
Correct. You come on here, it's kind of like therapy for you to come on here and talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody asked me to do one on Tater, and I tried, but I don't care about Tater.
Yeah, he's boring.
So I'm not going to watch him. He's boring. I don't like him. I don't find anything about him funny.
No, he's a bull.
So I can't.
He's a bull-faced little liar. He acts like he's somebody special, but it just irritates me that your uncle is spending his money because it's how Tater spends his money. Is just, yeah, so what? That's what he's doing. He's spending money on stupid stuff, and then he wants people to respond down below, and it's like, again, I just saw the video. I haven't seen it yet, but he's got Sarasota Tim in the thumbnail. I don't talk about him anymore, but there he is. He's gonna.
And he talked about him last. You had to watch everything to get that.
Oh, really?
If you were just there for Sarasota Tim, you had to listen to all the other crap he talked about.
That's the one today?
Yeah, which I don't think is right. But whatever. I don't care. But what I'm saying is maybe I'd get more views if I dissed Tater and did my videos on Tater, but I don't want to.
Correct.
So if I was just doing this for money, maybe I'd be doing Tater.
When I do these artists with you, me and you talk about a variety of things, but we do get to everything. You know what I'm saying? We kind of go, we've been talking about music and other stuff. We've been kind of, talking about a variety of things here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we're not talking about anything we're not interested in.
Correct. We both have, I think...
Or we're not talking about stuff just because we know it'll get views because it's high in a search count.
Correct. But I just think it's hilarious that the Flake Blind guy is triggered and tried to blame me again last week, that... the video he did was towards you, and then he tried to blame it on me that I busted you out. It's like, you little liar. That was my favorite. It was just his live stream. You could tell he was pissed. You could just tell how he leaned into the thing, and I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, because I did that audio.
Someone said legally BlindViews doesn't have a ring to it, so BlindViews sounds better. Whatever, dude. And you're just trying to cover for him.
Yeah. See, he hasn't had any pushback like I push back on him. I'm not a faceless troll in the chat room. I video, I'll look in the camera, I do audios on the guy, and he's fun to push back on because he's low-hanging fruit like I am. We are on the 4th floor of the Titanic, which we drowned.
Yeah, but you're not calling him smelly.
Yeah.
You're not calling him insults. You're calling him out on things he does.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk. I mean, I know who Kitty behind the camera is. I'll go look to see his views, but I don't watch the guy. I'll just say, I don't care about him because he's fake stuff. But it'd be like me watching Kitty behind the camera and then bitching that it's fake. It's fake, so why would I care? You know what I'm saying? I don't care. So, I mean,
and the caregiver and the living above the garage, that's maybe a little far, but BlindViews does that shit all the time.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Turnaround's fair game. I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But he just can't handle that. He can't handle that I can do an audio and I can make my point and I call him out. I don't nickname. I nickname it, but I tell who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like he actually mentioned the Chipotle and then the Cowpote and the cow shit. I'm like, I appreciate it. He actually mentioned me. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Because he was pissed. He was triggered. He was triggered that Thursday night because he listened to that audio, which I wanted to get out before his live stream, and he was pissed. He was pissed.
Well, you're not loved until people start butchering your name.
Yeah, that's right. They go ahead and call me whatever you want. You got to be able to say the name first before you can give me a nickname. And
as long as you get the cow in there, you're all right.
Right.
The cow and a pea.
Yeah.
People know who you're talking.
Right, but it's just he just makes me laugh above the garage and just hanging out and just. Doesn't like Sarasota Tim. Boy, he talks about and watches every one of his videos. He's got nothing else to do. He sits and watches nomads all. That's all he does is watches people and bitches. And then if you turn on him, like what's his name did, our boy, oh my God, you can't turn on the Kingmaker. It's like Trump. He's just like Trump. You can't turn on.
He gave shit about how he did it in the studio today, and if I was dissing him, I'd be like, "Oh, that's because his wife is tired of driving his ass around. she wants to get something done on her day off. So you got a fucking studio, go on up there and fucking pound one out." If I was dissing him, I might say something. Oh my God! Like
no, you just did. You just did.
I'm not dissing him.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
We can all spin shit. to make it funny. I mean, just busting his balls. It's not. I don't hate him or anything. I think he's cool.
He just can't handle it. I do it verbally, and instead of people, and he's blocked me again and claiming I come in all these troll accounts. No, people coming in jumping on my wagon. That's what they're doing. They're making fun of you, and he can't handle that.
People are listening to this and they're watching us because they want to be entertained. They're not watching it.
That was funny when you just said that. That's a classic clip right there. That's hilarious. Go upstairs. Because our boy out there, Grifters Anonymous, did that this morning, mentioned me and you, and he took what we talked about, not making his no ads, whatever, so he listens to us. I know he likes to listen to us.
Man, is he going to be a big enough guy just to take it that was just poking and fun,
Right.
Not really serious about it. It's just giving you shit, just like he gives everybody else shit.
But he can't handle it because it's coming back at him, and like I said, I'm just some idiot in Minnesota smoking cigars, walking around, point and shoot. He can't handle that. He just can't handle it. I think I surprised him when I've called him out. He can't. That you've called in, and he can't handle that. And then also, but the grifter turned on him because he realized he's a brown shirt. I would tell
like Mikey and who's the dude with the dogs, Kevin. He comes out and says, "Oh, they made a good video. Their video was really good. Their video gets the BlindViews stamp of approval. That was good. I really liked that. They put a lot of effort into it. It was good." And I'm like, I'm sure they're happy and they're going to go, "Oh, look, I got BlindViews approval on my video."
Like I say, Cowpote approved. If I like a certain restaurant, I always say it's Cowpote. It's my approval. Like San Diego, Mission Beach. I love Michigan Avenue in Illinois. It's Cowpote approved. Certain things I approve of. I mean,
yeah.
I some of the best stuff I see is point and shoot. There's that one lady I listened to today. She's from Vegas, and her husband. They did a pretty good job in the video. 11-minute videos, and they do really good on Vegas on cheap stuff. They're very good at their editing is minimal, and they get the job done for 11 minutes. And she's very good at what she does. But you can edit, but when you start over editing and just going nuts, I'm sorry, but point and shoot is fine with me. I love point and shoot. People that do that, just here's your video, there it is. Don't all these stupid cuts, and then I get it. But I hopefully someday I will get the BlindViews approval. I hope I get that stamp someday. I really will.
Whatever. That's never going to come for you.
I really do.
You can do something that's cinematic and B-roll and all that kind of crap. You're never going to get it.
Damn it! I gotta get an intro or something. I gotta have someone get me an intro, and I can say, this is the way I hear it right here. Whatever. Here's your audio addiction or something, and I just need I need to hire someone to be an editor, I guess, and then send them all my videos, and and it's just
I'm going to get that over time, but everything when I finally started, everybody's like, "You're gonna suck, so just do something and put it up, and just keep doing it every day, and you'll get better because your first shit's gonna suck."
Yeah, I've learned my videoing. So,
I'm still waiting to get better.
I went from a GoPro 4 to a 5 to a 10, and I have my DJI, and I do what I do, man. I have closed mic, and I do what I do, man. It's like it's I'll make it simple as possible. I just when I see people bitching about money all the time on YouTube, all you see right now is people bitching that one lady got demonetized because she was a little too over the top on sexual behavior, and she was pissing him on. She was a comedian. It's like, well, that's the way it goes, man. It's like, so she was all upset because she has a editor for her. She pays an editor to edit her videos, and she can't pay him now. So because she doesn't know how to edit, which is fine, but she does these reaction videos. Same thing with Call Me Chris. She is now doing reacting videos. So she's a nice lady, but she'll do short, but she'll talk about TikTok. Let's say me and you were doing a channel together, we were being weird. She would come over and talk about us good or bad or indifferent. That's what she does. Call Me Chris with a K. And she talks about other YouTubers because it's easier to listen to and complain about other people's stuff, which I may talk about, but I'm not going to waste my time playing back your stuff. Like you talk about Tim, you read your notes, and here it is, I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not wasting. You waste your time watching, but you get the point across, and you're done. Instead of this editing, doing this, doing that, blah, 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 Timmy and stuff.
I got what I want to say. I don't want to forget it. Here it is. See you later.
Yeah. Same thing with Grifter Anonymous. His behavior going on. It's just point and shoot. He thinks what he's got to do. Boom, he's done. But I maybe someday I'll be.
He's got all these different characters and costumes. It's pretty funny. It's pretty cool. And he gets mad because we're not supposed to call him Grifter Man. It's Old Man Nation.
Oh, really? Okay, I still call him Grifter, Old Man Nation. So that's fine. It's old.
I was in the comments somewhere. Oh yeah, I was on Johnny Vivati's comments, and Johnny was calling him Grifter, and Grifter's like, "That's not my channel anymore."
What?
To Ravati, because Ravati's still calling him Grifter in his videos.
So that's what.
But he wants to be Old Man Nation now, which is cool.
So who is this other guy? Is he a hater of Sarasota Tim or what?
No, he's a lover.
Oh, okay.
He's a lover of Sarasota Tim. He's the only one out there defending Sarasota Tim.
What does he defend him about?
That's why I want him to keep going. Oh, he says Sarasota Tim's having a fun life. People are just mad, and he's living life on his terms. And he's spinning the Sarasota Tim to be. He's a good dude. Buy him coffee. It's all right.
I guess.
I'm not saying I believe him, but I think it's cool that he's out there at least, because you have someone on the other side of the debate. Without
Correct.
him, there's nobody on the other side.
Right. But anyways. But anything else? I think we got chicken and rice tonight. What's for dinner at your place?
What are your dogs sick?
Chicken and rice. Chicken and rice tonight, man. Chicken and rice.
That's what you feed to sick dogs.
No, it's good chicken and rice. I take it for leftovers, man. Are you kidding me? I love chicken and rice. Hell no.
Oh, who doesn't like chicken and rice? But that's the first thing I think of when you say that.
Yeah, I know. Chicken and rice. Do you have Menards in Illinois?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, we went to Menards.
My dad was fascinated with that store when it first came to town.
Well, we go there all the time. I like because he's a local guy. He's from Wisconsin. He can be a dink too, but I don't. Home Depot. I don't live in Atlanta, but I do like Menards because you get all kinds of different stuff from that place. You get stuff you're not going to see in Home Depot. So yeah. I like it. I like Menards. It's just more wider. One thing I like about Menards. He built during a down economy in 2008. He built a couple buildings. He tore down old buildings here, so he was real good during the Depression. We had the downturn too. He built. So I love Menards because they have all kinds of stuff.
Doesn't take a rocket scientist to think that housing prices will go back up.
Right. But remember, April 2nd is Liberation Day. That's according to Donald J. Trump, the hunch. So I guess we're going to be liberated with his. That? Well, because he's going to put those tariffs into force on April 2nd. He's going to have the tariffs.
I don't pay attention to all that shit, but I did see one thing pop up about Japan was saying they were thinking about getting rid of the dollar, getting rid of what they hold in our dollar.
Oh, really?
If they do the tariffs. But that's just talk. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, it's too bad that he can't get along. I don't understand it, but it's just dumb, and it's people losing their jobs left and right, and it's like that's what
it sounds good to the common man, but the way it's going to work out with it probably won't be good.
No, it won't, because people are going to stop. People that buy cars and then pay the tariffs, the people that will pass on to me and you, and then the stock market's going to go down. And he always bitches about the stock market, like it or not. He likes the stock market. So when Wall Street will speak, then he'll listen. Because look at Elon Musk.
It means the numbers on my piece of paper will be smaller.
Right, but look at Elon Musk. His company's going downhill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he didn't think that through.
No.
I don't think he thinks a lot of things through.
No. Anyways, I'm going to close up shop. Appreciate you calling in the show.
All right, cool.
I appreciate you coming on.
All
right. There you go. It's Karl with a K. It's always nice to have him on Fear-mongering Radio. Oh, my goodness. It's always good to have him on. It could go on forever, but it is. Let's go with Haunted Forest here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to a close here on Fear-mongering Radio. Remember the military men of the armed forces. The Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, the Navy, and the Merchant NASCAR Coast Guard Union. Thank you so much. This is Country Men Wearing Blue. And remember, domestic violence. You don't need to show blood for love. Ray Rice with the bloody white suit. You need to be outraged to see the punch. Call someone. You see something, call someone. Okay? Balls the size of apple, ovaries the size of oak trees. Storm the beaches, snap next to Krauts, forgotten Vietnam. All the wars. Thank you so much for your service, this fine, fine country. I appreciate it very, very much. Men and Women Blue. Don't like a cop, call crackhead, safe sex, through a pill, trench cherry patch, put a condom on, put 12 pills, all we're asking. And don't drink and drive. When you shower in the shower at Penn State, or not shower in the shower at Penn State. Have a great week, you guys. On the 23rd day of March, 2025. Appreciate you listening all the way through. Thank you, Karl. Ladies and gentlemen, it's cow shit, Chipotle. This voice. We are out.